Welcome back to Totally Pointless with the news you didn't know, you didn't know. And while we're at it, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help us out. Now, I do want to take a look at a couple videos that I found that do make the point that while Donald Trump may be a bully and he may want to make us the 51st state, this has actually been a good thing for Canada so far. So let's take a look.
I hear all over the place people saying, well, that rotten guy Trump, he's terrible. And I say, first of all, he's not our president. The Americans elected him democratically, no question about it. He is the American president. So let the Americans have their president. Why are we saying, oh, we just don't like that guy? Are we believing the Liberal Party when they say, oh, Polyev is just like him? Maybe there's politics there. But look at what Trump has done.
Victor Davis Hanson just revealed Trump's secret weapon, trolling with a purpose.
Look at what Trump has done. In a few weeks, as opposed to Trudeau in 9 years, he's got our government saying, we are going to get rid of interprovincial trade barriers, which stop the Canadian economy. This government's been there for 9 years. They've never said anything like that before. It should have been done the first 9 days of their power. And Trump has got our government to do it. Trump has got our government to say, we're going to deal with the 4,000 fentanyl labs in Canada because he is saying, you've got to deal with it. Trudeau never did anything about that before. He is doing that. There are so many things that Trump has got Canada to do, to change. We are becoming more of a nation. We are becoming more together. Yes, he may be a bully. Yes, he's threatening with tariffs. And we don't know what's going to be happening with those tariffs because a lot of Americans are saying, you're going to destroy, particularly the auto industry, if you put the tariffs on aluminum and steel, as he says he does. There's going to be lots to go on. There's going to be a lot of changes going on. And when you think about it, the world needed a lot of changes.
He looks at Canada and he says they're under our nuclear umbrella. They're not paying their fair share of the defense. The border is open and they've got a radical Trudeau. Then he looks at Mexico and he says they've got $63 billion in remittances that's coming in. It's their largest source of foreign exchange, and yet that comes in from anywhere from 12 to 20 illegal aliens, many of them who are on public assistance that we're subsidizing. It's the largest source of foreign exchange, and yet they let caravans come right through from Guatemala.
But behind the shock, there's always a strategy. Trump doesn't just want attention, he wants results. One thing is clear, Trump isn't playing by the old political rules. He forces the conversation, reshapes the debate, and, more often than not, gets what he wants. Hanson breaks it all down in this must-watch analysis.
So he sees all these problems, so then he starts to bring attention to them by being art of the deal outrageous. So instead of saying, we're very worried, if he was a sober and judicious politician, he'd say, I'm very worried about China. There are some ambiguities in the treaty, and this is a concern, and I'm bringing a bipartisan commission to... No, he's going to say, China's taken it over. We might have to go in there. I won't rule out the force. Then he'll say, why doesn't Greenland just come join the United States? We'll buy it. Or he'll say, the Gulf of Mexico, why isn't it the Gulf of America? Or then he'll say, Canada, we can make it a 51st state. So that's outrageous, and that gets attention. And then people start to discuss the real problem. And the same thing with Canada. He's saying, well, maybe you should defend yourself because, you don't want people, we don't want people to be our colony, and we have all this one-way trade with you. I guess we're a mercantile colonial power where the British learned that colonialism didn't work. So either be part of us or just stop it. Just go your own way and, but if you don't and you want to have a symmetrical, you better close the border. And you better have reciprocal trade charges, and you better pay up if you want to be a partner. But if you want to be a colonial subject, then keep doing what you want, and we'll treat you that way. So there's irony in all of these, but the point of all of them is to bring attention in an eccentric fashion and get something done quickly.
A number of columnists are saying, well, the sky's going to fall, the sky's going to fall. Their sky is going to fall because it's going to be a different world. But Trump is dealing with the Middle East. He's dealing with Ukraine. He's dealing with Canada. And Canada has been just sitting, just stultifying. It's just been sitting doing nothing for years. It's about time, as we're doing now, getting into the Arctic. He has urged Canada, and he's going to tell Canada, you have to put some more money into defense because it's a very bad world out there. We have to deal with the Arctic. Why? Because Trump is telling our government to do so. I don't like the Americans telling our sovereign Canadian government what to do. And when they say that, we should say, stick it. We are sovereign and Canadian. However, by dint of what he is pointing out that the Canadian government has not done, he is making so many positive changes, so many credible changes in Canada that for once, people should look and say, well, we may not like him, but he's doing a good job for Canada.
And I have to agree. In the last few weeks especially, I have not heard so many Canadians being so patriotic. Buy Canadian. Check what you're buying. It's really is an amazing thing. And no matter how we come out of this, whether we are a sovereign nation, whether we become part of the EU, whether we become the 51st state, I can say I'm proud to hear from Canadians being proud Canadians, if that makes sense. Now, I do have another video to play at the end of this. Now, this is a little bit longer clip there. I don't want to chop this one up too much because it is about Canada.
Imagine a country with vast forests stretching as far as the eye can see. Picture sparkling glaciers, towering mountains, and endless prairies. This is Canada, a land of immense natural beauty and even greater potential. For too long, this sleeping giant has kept its true strength hidden. But now the world is beginning to take notice as Canada emerges as a global power. Canada is a country defined by its natural resources. It holds the world's third largest oil reserves, a treasure trove of valuable minerals, and a bounty of fresh water. These resources, coupled with Canada's strategic location and commitment to international cooperation, are propelling it towards a future of global leadership. The time has come for Canada to embrace its destiny. Canada's journey to global prominence will be shaped by its commitment to responsible resource development. The country is home to diverse ecosystems and indigenous communities that deserve protection. As Canada harnesses its natural wealth, it must do so in a way that balances economic growth with environmental sustainability and social responsibility. The world is watching as Canada takes its place on the world stage. With its abundant resources, strategic location, and commitment to ethical values, Canada is poised to become a global leader in the 21st century. The sleeping giant is awakening, ready to shape the future with wisdom and determination. Beneath Canada's boreal forest lies a treasure trove of energy-vast deposits of crude oil in Alberta's oil sands. These reserves offer Canada a chance to meet its energy needs and become a global energy player. The Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion is key to this strategy. It will boost oil transport capacity to the Pacific, opening Asian markets. Despite opposition, it's vital for maximizing Canada's oil value and economic strength. Canada's oil reserves provide leverage in global energy security. As traditional energy sources dwindle, Canada's oil will be in high demand. This allows Canada to forge and strengthen energy partnerships. However, Canada is also investing in renewable energy. Balancing oil with renewables ensures leadership in the global energy transition. While the Trans Mountain Pipeline will connect Canada to markets in the West, the proposed Eastern Pipeline represents a bold vision for strengthening Canada's energy security and expanding its influence in the East. This ambitious project aims to transport oil from Western Canada to refineries and ports in Eastern Canada. The Eastern Pipeline promises to bring numerous economic and strategic benefits. By connecting Canada's oil-producing West with its energy-hungry East, the pipeline would reduce Canada's reliance on foreign oil imports, enhancing its energy independence and creating jobs in the construction and energy sectors. Moreover, the Eastern Pipeline would open up new markets for Canadian oil in Europe and other parts of the world. This diversification of Canada's energy exports would strengthen its economic position and provide greater leverage in international affairs. The project would also enhance Canada's energy security by providing a more reliable and secure source of oil for its eastern provinces. The Eastern Pipeline project faces challenges, including environmental concerns and the need for consultations with Indigenous communities. However, the potential benefits of the project are significant. By carefully addressing these challenges and working collaboratively with stakeholders, Canada can unlock the transformative potential of the Eastern Pipeline. Beyond its extensive oil reserves, Canada possesses another, perhaps even more valuable, treasure: a wealth of critical minerals. The vast expanse of the Canadian Shield, a geological formation that covers much of the country, is home to significant deposits of nickel, copper, cobalt, lithium, and rare earth elements. These minerals are essential components of modern technologies. They are used in everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to solar panels and wind turbines. As the world transitions to a cleaner, more digital future, the demand for these critical minerals is set to skyrocket. Canada's abundance of critical minerals positions it to become a leader in the global green technology revolution. By responsibly developing and processing these resources, Canada can ensure a reliable supply of the materials needed to power the technologies of the future. This presents a unique opportunity for Canada to attract investment, create high-paying jobs, and become a global leader in clean technology manufacturing. Moreover, Canada's responsible and sustainable approach to mining sets it apart from other mineral-rich countries. By adhering to high environmental standards and engaging in meaningful consultations with Indigenous communities, Canada can ensure that its mining industry benefits all Canadians while minimizing its environmental.
Now, this video does continue on to talk about even more things that Canada should or can be doing. Everything from developing our north, a trade route through the Arctic with the melting ice caps. There is so much. And maybe this needs to be a topic for a video on its own. But for now, we're going to leave it there. If I had the rights to it, I would be playing Awake the Giant by Gowan right now. So, if you have it, in yourself, definitely search that up. Throw that in your YouTube search bar and listen to that for a minute, because there is a possibility here that Canada is stirring, and maybe this will be good for everybody.